A 66-year-old man is locked up this morning after allegedly trying to molest a teenage girl in Sturgis. The 14-year-old told officers she was walking home with a classmate when the man stopped her and tried to reach up her skirt. Police issued a warrant for him for attempted criminal sexual conduct. The man voluntarily went to the police station but ran away after realizing he was going to be arrested. He was caught just outside the door and once again taken into custody. He's currently being held at the St. Joseph County Jail. A manufacturing plant in Portage dealing with a fire earlier this morning, and it might have been some of their equipment that caused it. It happened at Bowers Manufacturing on Sprinkle Road in Portage. Firefighters got the call around 1 a.m. and arrived to find a compactor on fire. They tried to put that fire out, but then had to call in a wrecker to pull the compactor away from the building. No damage was done to the building, and the fire was put out about 3 hours later. Firefighters say nobody was injured in the blaze. A Muskegon County man behind bars facing felony charges for threatening to blow up buildings. Charles Alexander was arrested Wednesday night at his Fruitland Township home by a special response team. They were called to his house on Warden Road after he told a crisis hotline operator he was going to blow buildings up. Alexander does have a past conviction for possessing illegal explosives. He is charged with making a false report of a bomb. A West Michigan man had to be airlifted to the hospital after the tractor he was riding on flipped over on top of him. Happened around 3 yesterday afternoon at a home off East Apple Avenue in Casnovia. The fire chief lives nearby and he was able to get there in just a few minutes. He tells us the man in his 70s was plowing in his garden and had hooked a root with the back of his tractor, which caused it to lurch forward and then fall on top of him.
Biggest thing is these older tractors, they're light in the front end, and if you hook something unexpected under the ground, if you're not ready, that's how the accidents happen.
The man on the tractor was flown to the hospital in serious but stable condition. Another accident, this time a rollover, which caused some traffic delays on US 131 North near the Byron Center exit yesterday morning. Deputies say a woman lost control of her car and rolled into a ditch. You could see there it landed on the roof, but luckily she was not hurt. Police are still looking into the cause, but they do not believe alcohol played a role.
In the Grand Rapids area. And now, Doty, you're a resident golfer. Would you like to explain this in case some people may be confused about what the first turn in the 19th is?
Well, the first is the beginning of the round or the day, so 75 degrees. At the turn, that is 84 degrees, so that's about halfway through. Why do I find myself doing this again? And then when we reach the 19th hole, that's when the day is done, so that's when it's going to be 87 degrees. So when you start your day 75, it's going to get a little warmer, and then by the time the day wraps up or your round of golf wraps up, it's going to be 87 degrees.
You did such a wonderful job.
Clap, golf
clap,
clap,
clap, golf clap.
golf clap.
Thank you, Doty. Doty's great.
Okay, John, a Grand Rapids church needing some repairs after a car crashed into it yesterday. Happened around 2:30 Saturday morning at the Brookside Christian Reformed Church on Kalamazoo Avenue Southeast. These pictures show the damage to the outside of the building and inside the church office. Deputies say the driver of that SUV lost control, went off the road, and went right into the side of the building. Church leaders say that driver was found wandering nearby a short time later and was arrested by police.
You have more of a winter-type cold going on, or whatever's going on with you this morning.
I know. I've been sick for a week, so this is just making it the weather. I think it's just, I know. I've been trying to stay away.
Good morning, Sarah. An internal investigation started at the North Muskegon Police Department back in April, and 2 officers were fired at the end of May for what's being called a violation of rules and regulations. That's according to the chief. Their names are Aaron Behrman and Robert Brzezina. Outside of that statement, though, the chief is staying pretty tight-lipped on the exact reasons why the officers were relieved of their duties. Michigan State Police tell Fox 17 the 2 officers are being investigated for allegedly cheating on their payroll. There are allegations that the pair were covering for each other when one of them went home and lying on their time cards.
It's a difficult situation, especially in a smaller department like this, because really we all know each other well, and you're almost like family.
Before this, the chief says there were no problems with the 2 officers in the past. Right now, there are only 5 full-time officers and 3 part-time in North Muskegon. So far, no criminal charges have been filed, and nothing has been sent to the prosecutor's office yet. Live in the studio, Tim Doty, Fox 17 News. And Lori, they told you couldn't have kids. You ended up having 3 kids. You have limited mobility. You've written 2 books.
Yeah.
Tell us about the message. What do these kids get if you're dealing with a kid who's dealing with muscular dystrophy or something else, to show them what you have done? What's that like?
Well, the first book I wrote is Green with Envy, and that's all about friendships and recycling. Basically, I'm teaching kids to overcome any obstacles that they may have The second book, Rosie Rose with a Great Big Nose, kind of speaks for herself. It's about bullying and how kids can be different, but they can be accepted. So each of these books are really written to encourage children with disabilities, just to give them the message that they can overcome.
Morning, Sarah. This is a story we've been following for a few days now. On Wednesday, police say 67-year-old Willie Ware Jr. was watering his lawn while his 7-year-old grandson played nearby, and that's when trouble started. A teenager ran down the street shooting at a moving vehicle. Ware heard those shots and pushed his grandson out of the way, but he ended up getting hit in the leg by a bullet. Ware was rushed to St. Mary's Hospital and is expected to recover. His daughter told us the neighborhood has really gone downhill recently.
All these young kids nowadays, they don't have any respect for life, you know? They just don't care about anybody anymore. So I just wish that we would all just get together and, you know, when things like this happen, just tell, you know, let people know who did it, and that'll solve a lot of problems.
The teenager who fired those shots got away, and the only description we have at this point of the vehicle is that it was a black car with tinted windows. If you have any information regarding this shooting, the family asks you to speak up and call Silent Observer at the number on your screen. Live in the newsroom, Tim Doty, Fox 17 News. We're now learning more information about a hit and run that we first brought you yesterday morning on Fox 17 Morning News. Van Buren County Sheriff's deputies say on Thursday night they were called out for a report of a stolen truck in the 33,000 block of 96th Avenue. That's in Porter Township. It was seen hitting another vehicle and causing a rollover accident. That's when deputies learned that the truck the suspect was driving was his second stolen truck of the night. When deputies tried to pull him over, the suspect drove off before getting stuck in a blueberry field. That was near County Roads 376 and 703. The driver was eventually arrested. No charges filed yet, though. And on lighter news notes, did you get out and enjoy Festival of the Arts yet? I'm asking them because I know you did.
Yeah, I want to get down there for day number 3 because I need the $8 turkey leg. I haven't had any of the
That's
food
enough
yet.
for 2 people, I think.
Yeah.